So hi everyone. So in this video we are going to discuss about the JavaScript variables. Okay, variables are basically just like a container in which we can store values. Okay, so it's like a thing in which we can store something. Something means in coding language we can store the value of the variable. That is the use of variable. Okay, so in JavaScript basically there are three types of variables we use. Those are const, let, and var. Okay, let's see them one by one. We are going to learn about those variables on the basis of their scope. Scope defines basically the accessibility of that particular var type. Okay, variable type. Okay, and second one is hoisting. Third one is reassignability. So can we able to reassign that variable or not? So those are the things that we consider while studying these variables. Okay, let's discuss about them one by one. Okay, so hey everyone, so let's go through the var. We know that there are basically three ways to declare variables. Okay, so first one is var, let, and then cost. Let's go through them one by one. Okay, so what are the things that I'm going to show? I'm going to demonstrate it first. Let's discuss about the function scope. What function scope means? Var has a function scope. Let's I'm going to explain it through the example. Let's create a function. Okay, so what a function scope means. Let's declare a variable x and assign a value 5 to it, and and let's call this function. Okay, I'm going to run this function. Okay. So we are getting 5 and 5 in the console. What it means, key function scope is actually means key if I declare a variable inside a function. So as var as a function scope, it can be used in anywhere inside the function. If I declare a variable inside a function, that can be used throughout the scope of that function. So that's the meaning of function scope. Second thing, so let's write here function scope. Second part is hoisting. Okay, so let's see how hoisting works with var. Okay, first of all, hoisting means we can use the variables before they are declared. Okay, so let's see through the example. Suppose I'm going to print it here. What I have done here, I have declared a variable and assign a value to it on the line number 14. Okay, but I can use it before it is declared. So that is the use of hoisting. We know key in JavaScript, code executes line by line. When our compiler comes on the line number 11, but it says key X is not declared here. So how can we print? But because of hoisting, we can use that variable, even though it basically prints here undefined. Undefined. Let's talk about the reassignability. Reassign. So we can reassign a variable created with var. Okay, so here we can create, and let's see the output. So we will be getting 5, 10, and 20. If we declare a variable with a var, we can reassign and update the variable as many times we want. Okay, let's move on to the let. Okay, so let has a block scope. So I'm going to use the same code that which is used for the var. Let's see the difference here. Okay, so same code I have used, just var ka let kar diya. Okay, so let's run it. What difference you will get? We're going to get error. Okay, why? Because let has a block scope. Whatever comes inside this curly braces, that is one block. I have declared a let variable here. That's why I cannot use it outside it. So that's the meaning of block scope. Let y is equals to 20. Okay, and I try to print y here. It will be executed uh, with no error. Okay, because y has a block scope. So y can be easily accessible inside this block. So that is the block scope. Talking about the hoisting part, let's talk about the hoisting. Some comment is this, we print it. Okay, let's see the hoisting part. If I try to, let declarations are also hoisted. Let's see console.log. But if I try to access it before it is declared, it will give me a reference error, or it the code will not work. We get an error. If we try to execute this code, we will get a reference error. Let's go through the const. Okay, const also has a block scope, just like an let. If I try to run this code, it will give an error. Const also has a block scope, just like an let. Let's talk about the hoisting. Hoisting also results same while using the const variables. Suppose I try to access it before its declaration. So if we try to run this code, it will result in the reference error, because as we are trying to access the x variable x before its initialization. So that's the same as let. Let's talk about the reassignability. Is reassignment is not allowed with const variables. Okay, so if I try to reassign a variable, it will give error. Okay, assignment to constant variables. So reassignment of const variables are not allowed. So that's it. So the major questions that are asked on the what is the difference between let and var. So the major difference between the const variable and let, var and let is var as a function scope and let has a block scope, and it is only accessible inside the block. And talking about the hoisting, var is hoisted and initialized to undefined at the top of the that scope. But let and const are hoisted, but they are not initialized. If we try to access them before they are initialized, we will get a reference error. And talking about reassignability, var and let can be reassigned, but const cannot be reassigned. So that's it for this video.